Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use Go High Level. Go High Level is basically a SaaS platform where you can do anything you want. This is the website, okay? As you can see here, we can save up a lot of money, and there's a 14-day free trial if you want to try it out. Basically, it offers all of this, but in only one platform. For example, it offers CRM, funnels, website builders, surveys, forms, email marketing, SMS, bookings, workflows, uh, trackings, everything. Okay, so instead of maybe spending all this money, you can do it for $97 per month. This is the cheapest plan. Okay, and then we have unlimited, which is $297. In the unlimited, you can have as many accounts as you want, and in this one you can have 3 accounts. Okay, you have 14 days to try it, so you can give it a go. Also, if you can use my link to start with Go High Level, I would appreciate it, as this helps me and I can create more content for you guys. Okay, so I have a checklist. I'm going to go through it step by step, but I am going to show you how Go High Level works step by step. Okay, so if you click this link and create an account, you'll go to something like this. So you'll have to add your information, okay, your contact information, address, etc. And then once inside, you go to sub accounts, and in sub accounts, you basically create a new sub account. Okay, I already have 3 accounts, but you'll have to add your information. That's basically the business name, your name, the email, SMS, phone number, sorry, and yeah. So once you have that, you go here and you can change to your sub account. Okay, perfect. So once in the sub account is basically the account of the business you're going to use. So for example, if you have a business you want to do work for, you just create another sub account. Okay, so you can have 3 of them in the cheapest plan. So we go to the business account, and this is what you get. Okay, so you get dashboard. Here, for example, you can see all the status of the things. You can see how much you're making, basically all the statistics, the sources, okay, more analytics, etc. This is right now empty because I haven't used this account, but just to give you an idea. Then if we go to conversations, here we would be able to see every conversation we have with any of our clients. We will receive here SMS or emails, okay, that we have connected. Perfect. Then we have calendars. Here we can set up different booking links, and we can see the appointments we have in the future or in the past. And if you want to create a booking link, for example, you just go here to calendars, create a new calendar. Okay, you can choose here. I'm going to choose personal booking, and you give it a name, test, for example. We have to select a team member. I just created one before. Okay, we call it whatever we want, ABC. Okay, meeting duration. Okay, confirm. And here you would have a quick link if you want to use it. Okay, but I'm just going to show you where you can do a bit more. So if you go into the calendar, you can add an image, for example. You can add a description. You can here change the name if you want. Here you can select the team member who is assigned to this calendar. So for example, I just choose this one. We can then choose the availability. If you want to do every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 8 until 5, you can leave it like this. But if you want to add specific hours, you select here from 8 until 9, for example. You add that, and here you can choose. If you have, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you have from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., but you want it to look busier, just click here, and it will make your calendar look busier, okay? Then if you want to add a payment to book a call, you can just do it here. Okay, you have to accept this, and then you will have to connect Stripe, for example, which I'll show you afterwards. Then notifications. So for example, if an appointment is booked, if you want to receive a notification, just click email or in app. You can do both if you want. Okay. And same for this type of things. Okay. Then remember to click save, and I'll just show you quickly what it looks like. So you can choose different links. You can also choose embed code for it. So let's see what it looks like. So we would only have, okay, I think I didn't save it. Let's see, availability, okay, from 8 until 9 a.m. Submit and save. Okay, let's wait. Okay, now that it's saved, it should appear over here the date I added. Okay, there we go. So that's for the calendars. Okay, also another thing I have to mention, whenever you create a calendar, you have to select a team member to be appointed to that calendar. In this example, I added test, but to create a team member, you basically have to go to my staff. So you go to settings, my staff, and here you can create a new staff member. Okay, add user information, and you can choose also the roles and permissions they can have. Okay, and there you have it. Perfect. Then we have contacts. Here we can see everybody that has entered our campaigns, or they have entered our surveys or quizzes, or they have entered their email into the website, wherever. Everything will have it here. Okay. Here we have an option to filter out we can add them to an automation. We can send an SMS, an email. We can add tags. We can remove tags. We can delete contacts. We can export contacts if we want, import, edit company, send WhatsApp, and merge. Okay, so that's that. Then we have opportunities inside here. This is basically the pipeline. So you can have different pipelines if you want. For example, I have two, and if you select one, you'll see the one you select. To edit this, you just go to pipelines. Here I have both. If you want to create another one, you just select this, and basically you just add new stages if you want, or you delete them. Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's opportunities. Then we have payments. Here we can create invoices, we can create contracts and documents, we can create subscriptions, or we can also create payment links. For this, we would have to add a bank account or integration such as Stripe, for example, or other platforms. So we just press here, connect, and people could pay us through Stripe. Then we have marketing. Here we can connect our LinkedIn accounts, Instagram accounts, and more accounts. We can create posts through Go High Level. Okay. Then we have emails. In this section, we can create templates. We can also create campaigns. Okay. And here we would be able to see the statistics. We can also create snippets. Okay. Trigger links and so on. Then automation. This, I'm going to create more videos about this, but this is the whole point of Go High Level. Okay, automations are basically, I'm just going to show you one. So basically, whenever you have a trigger, this trigger can be if somebody answers your form or your survey, or they enter their email into your website. Whenever something like that happens, they go into an automation, okay, which is like a process in which, depending on what you choose, they receive the emails, or they get tagged into the pipeline, or they basically look. So let's say somebody enters their information in a survey. We'll create an opportunity, so they would get into the pipeline, the one we choose here, and the opportunity name will be the contact name. Okay, so we basically go here, contact, full name, and the source. Okay, you can also add a value. This will affect in the dashboard, and always save. Then we can add a tag. So let's say they answer the survey, so we can tag them survey answered. Okay, and we can also send them an email saying thank you for answering the survey. So you have some kind of flow with them. Click save and then publish. Okay, and you can have a lot of automations for different things. You can create workflows or choose from templates. So let's say we want to somebody booked a call, as we saw before, and you want to send them an email saying that the appointment is confirmed, and then you also want them to receive reminders before the call. So we select this. The trigger is appointment. They get a confirmation email. 24 hours before the appointment, they get another email. They can also receive an SMS. And then 1 hour before, okay, we could just press continue and edit all the values we want. Okay, I'll create more of this and upload them to my free community. Okay, then we have sites. Here we can create funnels, websites, stores, webinars, etc. Here we can also create forms, surveys, quizzes. We can create chat with AI. Okay, this one is an interesting one. And yeah, so you can here create a funnel, and you can choose from templates if you want. You have a ton of them. You can also choose by category. Let's say you want to go for financial. You have a ton of them, and they are actually quite good. So you just have to change your information if you want and the logo, and you can just start with it. I have here one. This is a template one. So if you want to connect your domain, you just go to settings and here select domain. Okay. If you have problems, you just purchase a domain or connect a domain you might have. It's pretty easy. Okay. And then if you want to connect a chat, you can create here a chat, create new, depending on what you want. Okay. You can send them directly to WhatsApp and they would have a chat inside the website. As you normally have like a emoji here of a chat, so that's what they'll have. And then the rest of it, you have memberships. This is basically you can create courses inside of Go High Level. I haven't personally used this, but you can do it. You can have media, reputation, reporting, and marketplace. Okay, I'm only going to show you what I use and what I think is the most efficient. Okay, and then if you want to connect your phone number or domain, you just go to here domains, for example, and you follow the process. And if you want to connect a phone number or buy a new phone number, you go here and you can buy phone numbers basically. So you can select and buy. Depending on the country, you might have some restrictions, okay? Or you might have to add an address to be able to buy over there. And then here we have custom fields. Okay, this is basically whenever you create an email, you can just choose this custom field. Okay, I'll show you now. Then you have custom values. This is the same, but you can create it yourself. And here are the domains. If you want to connect a domain, you just select here. I would choose Funnel website and then add it here, the domain you might have. And then you'll have to follow the steps and go to the DNS records and change them. And yeah, then you have integrations. So if you want to connect your calendar, you want to connect your social media, Stripe, and other platforms, here you have it. The tags, you can create different tags. So let's say you have a campaign, you have 10 campaigns, and you want to tag those leads differently. So you create a tag, create an automation, and say, okay, whenever this person comes from this campaign, tag them for this. Okay, I know it might be a bit complicated as I explained, but it is quite simple. And yeah, I also created this template so you can follow. Okay, and might make your life easier as well. I'll leave this in my free community. Okay, but basically if you go step by step, you won't get lost. There might be a few things that you might not need, but I added everything just in case. So yeah, okay, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and yeah, make sure to